Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, March 7th, 8:51 a.m., and here are your morning ideas. Okay, go. All right, guys. Today, I wanted to start with the idea that Fed Chair Powell is going to testify today at 10 a.m. So that's something to keep an eye on. You can see that overnight. If I was just looking at the small picture, you can see what the market has done. This is very 65% volume, very, very slow back and forth. This is prototypical for what the market does when we're waiting around for news. Okay, so I would imagine that we will start to get a lot of action when he starts to speak at 10. So if we open this up to make it bigger, looking at the big picture, what we did yesterday, you can see here as we moved right on the open, we moved, broke the overnight high, we stayed up here, and then we sold into the close to put it together a really ugly profile with an over under at 40.68 that separates. If you look down here in the bottom right, separates the two distributions. You got a distribution down here and a distribution up here. So this morning, 40.68 would become a pretty important area, especially before Powell speaks. Once Powell speaks, it'll probably these smaller term areas don't matter as much because the market is pricing in new fundamental information, monetary policy, interest rate policy, stuff like that. They don't give a damn about the over underline from yesterday's trade. They care about more about pricing the market based on what Powell's talking about. We continue though to stay in this area. Let me make this. These things down here drive me crazy because I can't make it smaller, but we continue to be in this area. You see here, right here, the hole in the profile. We're trying to fill it in the best we can. We haven't, we still haven't been able to do it. You can see that we're maybe filling a little bit, but we still have this big area, 39.70 area below us. And then this chunk of volume at 41.20 that we were talking about earlier, last week as the potential place well, this is basically where the market has tried to push out of this area and it just can't do it. Up near 4,200, we can get up there and then we just kind of sell back off into the middle. And now we're kind of in between those two areas. So I think, that this week, this morning, maybe with Powell, later this week with the non-farm payrolls number, again, I'm looking at these two areas, 4180 to 4200 and 3970 as two pretty important areas. Yet last week, this week I talked about how I expected if the market got below that, we would head down to the lower end. Now that we've bounced off and we're back up, if we push through again, it's very, very likely that we start to push down into the 3,800. So I think that, again, I don't want to say definite because nothing's definite in the market, that's for sure. But a push lower below VPOC again will probably get us down into the 3,800 area, even though I said that last week. And then, the same goes here, 4,200, still 4180 to 4,200 is still a pretty big area above us. Now, I'll stop there because I really don't know what's going to happen with Powell. I don't think anybody does, or what's going to happen with the jobs number later in the day. Later in the week. But let's just keep an eye on and know that it's happening today, so that when you see the market going crazy, you're not scared or what the heck is happening. You know that Powell is speaking, and we're likely to see some volatility behind that number. Okay. If you guys haven't seen, we're rolling out the $1 Million Madness Bracket Challenge. So I will post that video right on the recommended video at the end of this video here. We released it this morning. So if you haven't seen it, I'll post that video so that you can see it, where you can enter to potentially win $1 million cash prize. Pretty exciting stuff. We're gonna do some 40 for 40 backed by popular demand. So a lot of stuff that is coming up here in the pipeline that we're pretty excited about, guys. So go over there, watch that video, and keep an eye on the markets today after Powell talks, and we'll talk to you guys soon.